DD Kisan, the pride of evolving India. Namaskar, you are now watching a joint presentation by DD Kisan and the Ministry of Agriculture, Krishi Chaupal. And I am your host, Ghanshyam Upadhyay. Atal Bihari Vajpayee said that India is not a piece of land. This is a land of worship. It is a land of reverence. It is a land of veneration. It is a land of offering. And every river here is the Ganges and every pebble is the Shankar. And this land is made more beautiful by the efforts of our farmer brethren, and the one who has pledged to continue to support them is our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He wants to ensure that there are no challenges in the life of the farmers, and we too lend a hand in keeping his promise to farmers. So let's once again come together for Krishi Chaupal with a huge round of applause. So today our Krishi Chaupal Karwa has reached Meerut, yes, at the Indian Agricultural Research Institute. So let us give a huge round of applause for Meerut and let's begin this program. Today in Krishi Chaupal, we will talk about the agricultural systems, we will talk about crop management and also potatoes, wheat, mustard and chickpeas. We will talk about you will be asking questions and our experts will answer your questions. We will talk about all these, but before that, we have prepared a report for you. It is very important for you to see this report. So report, and after the report, we will begin our special program with our special guests. Rabi crops have a special significance in agriculture. Rabi crops mainly include wheat, mustard, rye, flax seeds, potatoes, chickpeas, green peas and red lentils. Farmers cultivate these crops on a large scale, but in order to get good yield, the crops need better management. Let us tell you that there are many elements in crop management, which include fertilizers, water irrigation and nutrition management. First of all, let's talk about the king of Rabi crops, wheat. Irrigation is very important in wheat cultivation. Irrigation in wheat cultivation depends on what comes next in the crop cycle. Usually crop cycle of food grains, weeds are a huge problem. In this crop cycle, there are two main weeds, Gulli Danda or Phalaris minor and Jungli Palak or toothed dock spinach. For prevention, crop cycle method should be adopted. Wheat cultivation also needs pest management for protection from mahu or aphids and chepa or lead aphids. Mustard crops also need pest and weed control. Mustard also needs fertilizer application. For good yield, apply 80 to 50 kilograms of nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium per hectare. Irrigation is required for chickpeas. It is more beneficial to give the first irrigation after 45 to 60 days of germination and the second irrigation after the time of fruit. Do not fertilize the chickpeas during active flowering phase. Apply nutrients for chickpeas. Similarly, the mahu or aphids pest and Ukta diseases should be prevented in red lentils. Regular inspection of the crop needs to be done and conduct a survey of the number of Mahu or Kisan Mitra pest control. Red lentil crops also need weed control. It is better to consult an expert agriculturist before spraying chemical fertilizers. So through this report, you must have understood many things today, but I know there might be more questions in your mind. And we will try to find the answers to these questions through this first session. I have complete faith in you that you will be with us throughout Krishi Chaupal. So who all are joining me in the first session? Let me introduce you. I have Dr. Sunil Kumar with me. He is the director of the Indian Agricultural Institute of Modipuram. Dr. Sunil, welcome to our show. Our second guest is Mr. Vinod Saini. He is a progressive farmer. Mr. Vinod, I'm sure you have a lot to share with us. And we have Mr. Udham Singh, who is also a progressive farmer. We will have a lot of questions and answers in this session. First of all, Dr. Sunil, I would like to start with you, sir. Sir, when we try to understand agriculture in the present scenario, what are the main problems encountered by the farmers and the challenges that are faced by them?
When we talk about agriculture in the Indian context, we see that the percentage of Seemant farmers is somewhere around 87%. And their agricultural land is less than 1 hectare. This means that our yield is continuously declining due to lack of agricultural land. The second most important factor is that the cost of cultivation is increasing. The cost of agriculture is increasing because we are dependent on the market to buy chemicals and other fertilizers and some other inputs. And we see that by cultivating the same type of crops and by not cultivating the same type of crops, we are facing problems, especially in the health of the soil. Earlier, we used to see a lack of nitrogen and phosphorus, but now we see that we are also seeing deficiency in minerals like zinc, iron, manganese and boron. This means that the health of our soil is deteriorating. There is a lack of water also. And not only is there a lack of water, but it also lacks quality. Be it water or groundwater, the level of pollution is continuously increasing. And these changes are due to climate change, not only in the world, but also in India. And it can be seen in every sector, especially in the agriculture. Our small farmers are highly affected more by the water storage. Because be it calamities like floods, famine, hurricane or cyclones, or be it the rise in temperature, they all have an adverse effect on the yield of crops and its cultivation.
All right, but Dr. Sunil, when you talk about natural farming and suggest other options or methods of farming, the farmer also would want to work on a solid strategy which will benefit him, isn't it? But do the other options benefit the farmer so much that he can run his household?
As far as I talk about a balanced farming in which you can do natural farming and organic farming, but on top of that, I will talk about an integrated crop management system, and our institute is known for this system. The main objective of this institute is how to increase the income of farmers through integrated crop management system. Special attention is being given on how to increase the productivity of the farms, the livestock in a coordinated manner.
All right, sir. I will talk to you about balanced and integrated farming later. Vinod, sir, let me come to you. Sir, what do you think? What is the module we need to work on, and what are the methods a farmer should apply or refrain from? Can you tell us the practices and methods that you have adopted to other farmers who are watching you on television and is joining our Chaupal? So what are those methods that you have adopted differently?
Under integrated farming, we have worked on three aspects. First of all, whatever waste or residue is obtained from agricultural system like cow dung, cow urine or any other residue of the agricultural system is recycled with the help of earthworms and is used for the production of our crops. This reduced the cost of purchasing chemical fertilizers we used to buy from the market and increased the production of our crops. Along with that, the health of our soil is improving.
Okay.
Second aspect is that we cultivate Asoj sugarcane. We usually cultivate it in an area of around 2 to 3 acres of land. So what we do in these fields is that we cultivate pulses, oil seeds or vegetables between the sugarcane plants in a line. We are able to cover the cost of that main crop with the extra cultivation. We get income from pulses and the entire cost of the main crop is covered with that money. Thirdly, we are doing a very good thing on our farm and that is Kisan Utpadan Sangathan.
Okay.
We have an organization of farmers here which is called FPO. There are 813 members in this. Whatever crop they cultivate, be it paddy, sugarcane or mustard, we process them, add value to them and then do packaging and sell them in the domestic and international markets, thus giving direct benefits to the farmers.
So we talked about integrated farming, but more than the guests on stage with me, I'm eager to know what is going on in the minds of my friends in the audience. Mr. Kapil is joining me from the audience. So Mr. Kapil, what question do you have in your mind that you want to ask Dr. Sunil or others? Because Vinodji has just given a great example of integrated farming.
Sir, under integrated farming, I would like to know which method of farming can get me more profit. The meaning of integrated farming is that the farmer which has limited land or cultivation and the components involved in it, that could be the crop production, fodder production, fruit production or livestock farming, which means dairy farming or fish farming, all these should be carried out in such a way that the nutrition and fertilizer security is ensured for your family of 4 to 5 people. They should be able to harvest their fruits, vegetables, meat, fish for daily consumption, and additionally, the extra produce obtained, which is their surplus, it can be sold in the market. The second most important thing which Mr. Saini has already mentioned is resource recycling. This is an important component of integrated farming. Special attention should be given to ensure that nothing is wasted here. This is called wealth from waste, where one part becomes important for the other crop cycle or for another function, whether it is cow dung or urine or crop residue. We can make vermicompost by composting them, and so the cost is reduced and increases the overall income of the family. You get nutritious food for your children, and along with that, the health of the soil will remain intact.
Okay, so Mr. Udham is also with us on the stage. Mr. Udham, we were talking about integrated farming, but an important part of it which we also mentioned is fish farming. How have you increased your income through fish farming? Can you please tell your viewers?
Out of 15-16 acres of land we own,
Okay.
we do fish farming in the half. The other half is used for traditional farming, where we plant crops. On one half of our land, the government built a lake. Government provided us money for fish eggs. We put in our hard work. From the livestock farming we did, along with this, the cow dung and other waste became food for the fish in the lake. We kept rearing more and more produce in this manner. So this became our method of fish farming, and I can say that this is better than paddy cultivation. We get better yield from this, and we do not have to toil all day. We just have to work twice. Run the water for an hour in the morning,
Okay.
and we have an electric tube well for this purpose. And in the evening, put 4 to 5 sacks of fodder in the pond.
Okay. All right. So we are going to talk about many more interesting things, and you will have to continue to be with us. And let us now go to one of our audience members, Mr. Vipin Kumar. Mr. Vipin is from Mubarakpur.
I would like to ask a question to our director, sir. How can I do integrated farming in a scientific way?
Sir.
Very good question. I would like to tell you that this institute is not only in Modipuram, but there are many such institutes across the country. And through our 94 centers, through the agricultural universities and the Indian agricultural institutions, we have developed around 74 prototype agricultural models. And I would like to summarize it and say that according to our Honorable Prime Minister, the farmer's income should be doubled. Not just doubled, but it should be increased 4 to 5 times with the help of our prototype models. And the other important thing is that the consumption of our fertilizers has reduced by 35 to 50%. Soil
Okay.
health has improved. The question that how to diversify the sugarcane based agriculture and how to make it an integrated agricultural system, there are many successful examples of this. In the sugarcane based areas, we have integrated the fruits, vegetables and fish production areas. If you take your sugarcane field, for instance, 1 hectare of sugarcane field, you can grow sugarcane in 50% of the land under the crop cycle. And also, you can grow fruits and also vegetables in it. If you have animals, you can grow fodder on 10% of the land. It is very important to grow fodder for cattle throughout the year because it is good for the health of the animals. By doing this kind of coordination, we can integrate all these aspects according to the farmer's needs, specific farming conditions and market. And this model is now available. We just need that the farmers come forward and adapt these methods with the assistance of the state government and the help of the central government.
Can you share just 3 small tips very quickly in just 30 seconds, sir?
First, by implementing the integrated agricultural system, the income of farmers will double. Second, the cost of agricultural production will be reduced. And third, it is very important that they get food throughout the year and can be saved from the risk of climate change.
Thank you very much, dear guest, for being part of the discussion. Today, our Krishi Chaupal has reached Indian Agricultural Institute, Modipuram, Meerut. We will be joined by some more guests in the next session. Let me introduce them to you. We are joined by Dr. Raghuveer Singh, who is a scientist, agricultural scientist from IIFSR. Sir, a hearty welcome to you. Dr. Kamlesh Kumar, who is also a scientist, agricultural scientist from IIFSR, and Dr. M.A. Ansari, who is a senior scientist. Sir, a very warm welcome to you all. First of all, Dr. Raghuveer, I would like to ask you, sir. Sir, we have talked about sugarcane before the break. But what about sugarcane and its sweetness? The sweetness of sugarcane is getting less. How can it be consistent? How can we maintain the consistency of sweetness in sugarcane?
Namaskar to all the farmers present here. I fully agree with what the sir has said. In the last few years, the sweetness of sugarcane has decreased. We request the farmers not to be dependent on one type of sugarcane. Please cultivate latest type of sugarcane like COLK 14201, CO 15023, CO
98014.
and CO 0118. Also, the farmers should finish sowing the seed till April 15th. Because since last 2-3 years, after 15th of April, the temperature increased rapidly. As the heat increases, the size of the sugarcane decreases. It will not have any immunity against pest and the diseases. So we request the farmers to cultivate barley, fenugreek and onion instead of wheat after 20th December. This is to ensure that sugarcane planting does not get delayed. Also, the farmers should sow the seeds after dipping them in solution overnight. The medicine, when sprayed, does not exactly get absorbed into the plants. Also, they should use trichoderma to purify the soil. Also, they should apply trichocard regularly after inspection for small plants. Also, we request the farmers to use fertilizers and water in a balanced manner. If they do all this in a systematic manner, the sweetness of sugarcane will be intact.
Dr. Kamlesh is with me. Dr. Kamlesh, sir just spoke about barley. Sir, according to you, which sector can cultivate barley efficiently and where are we falling behind due to lack of information?
See, during monsoon season, farmers generally grow wheat. But in areas where there is a lack of water or in areas where there is a shortage of irrigation water, barley can be grown as an alternative to wheat. Moreover, barley can be grown if we talk about the soil. Barley can be grown in different types of soil. Especially when it comes to soil with high salinity, barley can be grown very easily in such conditions. Also, if there is a shortage of water and soil, the soil is sandy, and if the soil is cracked or weak, where there is lack of nutrients in the soil, barley can be grown in those soils with ease. Also, if we talk about areas affected by salinity like Rajasthan, Gujarat, and even the coastal areas where there is high salinity, barley can be grown in those areas as well.
Okay, now let's move from the stage to the audience. We have Mr. Mahipal Singh with us. Mr. Mahipal Singh, welcome to Krishi Chaupal. What would you like to ask our experts?
Sir, what should we do to the leaves and crops after the sugarcane harvest?
I would like to tell the farmers that after the sugarcane harvest, only 1 to 2% of the leaves and crops are left in the field. Earlier, farmers used to burn them, but now there is a ban on it. So our suggestion to the farmers is that there is a Pusa decomposer. It comes in a powder form, and the one box of 1 acre size of land is of 100 to 200 rupees. You can bring it and spray it with water in any spray machine. There should be sufficient moisture in the field for it. If there is a shortage of organic matter in the field, or if we have a sandy soil, then we can add 8 to 10 kg of urea with it so that the harvesting process is faster. And if the farmers prefer to, they can use mulch in the trench method where there is a lot of space. They can use it as a mulch. Organic farmers can also make organic manure from the residue.
they can adapt the old method of our ancestors where they put it in the bands, cowsheds, on the floor for cows to sleep on it. If the farmers adopt all these methods, then the nutrients in the leaves can be recycled in the field and thereby we can get benefit out of
Okay.
this.
Mr. Vikas is also joining us. Mr. Vikas, welcome. Please ask your question.
During sugarcane cultivation, how can we improve the growth of grass?
I would like to tell the farmers that in the sugarcane leaflets, it is written that you should not leave the grass. We are told by the mill that we should not leave the leaves behind because when the sugarcane is harvested and taken to the mill without the leaves, the content of the sucrose decreases by 5 to 8%. So, we should try to ensure that in our fields, there are no clashes between the old crops and the new crops. For this, neither should we have a favorable situation for the sugarcane nor the unfavorable situation. Similar to how we get our children married either in a favorable or an unfavorable situation. Same goes for this too. The sugarcane could be in a favorable situation or an unfavorable situation. We should neither apply more water and fertilizers etc. in the fields and ensure that there are no pests, and we should not remove the sugarcane leaves. Thereby ensure that there will be no clash between the old crops and the new crop. In this way, we will obtain better yield and the mill will get more recovery. Please keep this in mind.
Dr. Ansari, wheat is the king of Rabi crops. Wheat growth is affecting its cultivation. So how can we manage this?
You have asked a very important question. As you can see, the wheat is flourishing in our fields. They are small and fresh. There are mainly two types of weeds. One is the wide-leaved weeds and the other is narrow-leaved weeds. In the wide-leaved weeds, there is a weed called gulidanda, which we call the uncle of wheat. In the narrow-leaved weeds, there is a variety called jungli palak is widely found. To control these two, many molecules are available in the market. Many researches have been done and after which they were developed. For example, there is chlorinaform. We mix 400 ml of this solution with 250 liters of water every acre. When we spray it for 30 to 35 days, it can control such diseases. Other than this, there are many other molecules. You can buy it from the authentic market or dealers. For example, there is sulfosulfuron, phenoxidin. There is combination of iso and meso. We can use all these weedicides which kill weeds.
Sunil Kumar is joining us. Sunilji, welcome to Krishi Chaupal. What is your question? Please ask. Sir, I have a question for you. We suffer from the yellowing of the leaves in wheat cultivation, and in turn, the wheat plant also becomes smaller in size. What is the reason behind this, sir? How can we prevent this?
Mr. Sunil, you have asked a very good question. You must have seen that in the wheat crop, in the patches or in many places on the leaves, and they or the plants start turning yellow. This happens due to 3 to 4 main reasons. First, it is due to the deficiency of nitrogen. If the lower leaves of the wheat plant turn yellow, it is due to the lack of nitrogen. This is why it is turning yellow. For this, you can top dress 50% urea which is applied, and this can be prevented in this manner. The second main reason is the deficiency of micronutrients like manganese or iron. The upper leaves also start turning yellow. In this case, you can spray 0.5% of ferrous sulfate or manganese sulfate, and thereby the yellowing of leaves can be prevented. The third reason is that sometimes the root of the wheat plant are affected by the termites. You can see that in Meerut or Western UP. There is an excess of termite attacks. Because of the termites, the leaves of the wheat plant will begin to turn yellow. In this case, we should apply chlorpyrifos around 1 to 2 ml. You should see how severe it is. You can spray 1 to 2 ml of chlorpyrifos so that it can be removed. The fourth reason why the leaves of the wheat plant start turning yellow is that sometimes excess water is applied. When excess water is formed in the field, the leaves of the wheat plant turn yellow. Despite all this, I would like to advise you that before adopting anything, you should get the soil tested once so that it becomes clear as to why the leaves are turning yellow.
Okay. However, Mr. Kamresh, what are the two-purpose varieties of barley? What are their benefits? Sir, we don't have much time, so kindly be brief but do not miss out on anything important. Please.
If we talk about the two-purpose varieties of barley, some varieties have been developed with the help of the Indian Agricultural Research Institute. I would like to mention a few varieties along with the farmers. One of them is RD 2552 and the other is RD 2035. These varieties can be used for field areas. If we talk about mountainous areas, there is a variety called BHS 380 which can also be used for these two purposes. To fulfill these two purposes, trimming is done 50 to 55 days after sowing, where a cut is made at least 5 cm above the ground level. This can be used in the form of green fodder, which is very beneficial and nutritious for the animals. This increases the milk production in cattle and also improves the health of the animals. After the trimming, the crop grows again. If you take care of it like a normal crop, it can also be used to produce grains. By using these varieties, a farmer can get about 20 to 25 quintals of grains and 200 to 250 quintals of green fodder.
All right. So Sanjeev Kumar is joining us from our audience. He's from Dighai. Welcome Sanjeev ji to our show. Please ask your question.
Sugarcane is our main crop. But for the fodder for the animals, we need a lot of barley and wheat. I would like to ask, sir, how can we effectively use water and fertilizer in the cultivation of barley in order to get the best possible variety of barley?
Please share, sir.
As Sanjeev Kumar asked, the irrigation and the fertilizer application are two very important aspects in the production of the crop. When we talk about irrigation, normally a crop requires 3 to 4 irrigation systems. But in areas where there is a shortage of water, there are some areas where there should not be any shortage of water. These are called revolutionary areas. Here the first irrigation should be done 30 to 35 days after sowing. The second irrigation should be done 65 to 70 days after sowing. By then, the crop will start to flower. The third irrigation should be done 90 to 95 days after sowing when there is an abundance of grains. Another important thing is that if the areas where the barley is to be produced does not have a shortage of water, for fertilizers, we need 80 kgs of nitrogen, 40 kgs of phosphorus and 40 kgs of potassium. If the barley is to be produced in the irrigated areas, half the amount of nitrogen and full amount of phosphorus and potassium should be added to the soil during the preparation of the field. The remaining nitrogen should be given in 1 or 2 split doses during the first and second irrigation. If there is a shortage of zinc sulfate, then adding 25 kgs of zinc sulfate per hectare would be beneficial.
Sir, how do we choose the types of sugarcane and how do we manage the nutrients?
For sugarcane, we have to take 4 types of sugarcane, 2 new types and 2 old types. The new type is COLK14201. Here the soil is very hard. Crop requires more labor and more expenditure in the irrigation. If we want to grow sugarcane fast, we should go for this type. This type of sugarcane is of low height, but it produces more weight per sugarcane. If the soil is not so hard, we should take the new type
15023.
It is a soft type and it is more prone to wild animal attacks. If we take 2 old types, we should take 98014. We should plant it in areas where there is a shortage of water, but we should not plant them less than 3 feet away from each other because the sugarcane is thin. The other type of sugarcane which is very popular is 0118. We should plant it in areas where there is a shortage of water. We should not cover it too much with soil. We should keep the canal open till June 15th. If farmers say that they do not have seeds, they will have to go for 238 types. We should soak it in water for the whole night and treat it with TPM. We should also treat the soil with trichoderma. The water farmers generally apply in the field should be avoided. Water and manure should not be used too much. The water that comes from one field to another increases the risk of red rotting. In the nutrition system, I suggest you to apply 100 kilograms of urea, 75 kilograms of BAP, 40 kilograms of MOP, 10 kilograms of ferrous sulfate, 10 kilograms of sulfur, and 5 kilograms of zinc sulfate in the field.
Today, you might have to sit with a pen and a paper. You have to note down what the experts are saying. And if you are not able to note it down and you are watching this program through YouTube, then you have to share it with as many farmers as possible because it's for your own benefit. But I told you, when we go for a break, we need a huge round of applause. We are stopping here for a short break. We will be back shortly. You are watching Krishi Chaupal from Meerut.
यूरिया का स्वदेशी उत्पादन 70 लाख टन बढ़ाने के लिए 6 उर्वरक संयंत्रों का उद्धार किया जा रहा है। FCIL के गोरखपुर, सिंदरी, तलचर और रामागुंडम संयंत्र, HFCL की बरौनी इकाई और BVFCL की नामरू फोर्थ। सोने पर सुहागा ये है कि देश में अब बनेगा सिर्फ नीम लेपित यूरिया, क्योंकि इससे होगा किसानों का फायदा ही फायदा। अनाज का उत्पादन 10% तक बढ़ेगा। बढ़ेगी 10 से 15% नाइट्रोजन क्षमता।
We have had great discussions in the first two sessions. We will now begin the third session, and let me tell you, it will be about chickpeas and red lentils. It is all about you. So kindly be with me. New guests are joining me in this new session. Let me introduce you. Dr. Raghavendra Singh is joining me. He is the Head of Agriculture and Agricultural Administration, Indian Institute of Farming System Research, Modipur, Meerut. Welcome, sir. Dr. Prakash Chandra Ghasar is joining me. He is a scientist, IIFSR, Modipur, Meerut. Welcome, sir. And Dr. P.C. Jat is joining me. He is the Chief Scientist, TTA, IIFSR. Sir, I welcome you to the show.
Namaste.
So I will start with you, Dr. Raghavendra. Sir, chickpeas crop and more production. How can we create this miracle?
Chickpeas crop is called the king of lentil crops.
Yes.
It is mostly cultivated in non-irrigated areas. So if you want to get more production and more profit, then we have to do proper irrigation in chickpeas. We have to do proper weed management. If we talk about irrigation, as it is a lentil crop, in lentil crops there is a root bacterium that manages nitrogen. It does not require extra nitrogen. We just need to provide starter nitrogen, which is 20 kg per hectare. So if you increase or decrease the irrigation, then the crop will be less productive. That is why we need to pay special attention to irrigation. But let me tell you one more thing. It is not that if chickpeas crop is recommended for desert areas, then we cannot do it in irrigated areas. Why? Because if we want to get more production, then we have to do at least 2 irrigations in this crop. But we have to pay special attention to this too. Farmers, when you do irrigation, you have to make sure that when the chickpeas are about to form a branch, you do the first irrigation. You do not have to irrigate the crop during flowering. If you can do the second irrigation, then you have to do it while the chickpeas are about to form a branch. The second important thing is that the irrigation need not be very deep, like we do in wheat, paddy crops, sugarcane. There is no need to give a very deep irrigation. You just need to provide 3 to 4 centimeter of irrigation.
Okay, so let's understand the benefits of lentil crops, Dr. Prakash Gansal. Sir, how can we increase the regions of the area of lentil crops? Because many farmers want to know the answer to this question. So please advise.
The country needs about 30 million tons of lentil crops, and now we are producing about 2 million tons less.
Okay.
In this case, it is very important that we identify those regions where the fields are empty during the Rabi season. And if we talk about regions, if we talk about the whole of India, we talk about the western Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Odisha, or if we talk about West Bengal, where the rice is grown in lowland areas, where there is a lot of water during rainy season, and that area remains empty during the season of Rabi. Then, we can easily grow lentil crops in that area because it does not require a lot of water. We can grow masoor crops only with the water that is safe in the soil. It is very easy. If farmers can facilitate irrigation system, then there will be no shortage of water. Apart from this, if we talk about central India or Bundelkhand, there are many possibilities. We can get a lot of benefit from there too. And if we talk about North India, we talk about Western Uttar Pradesh, the farmers here grow sugarcane in a trench method in October and November, and we can use the plant residue from the trench method as a compost for other crops.
From the audience, Mr. Sandeep is joining me. Sandeep ji, welcome to Krishi Chaupal. Please go ahead. Please ask, what is your question?
My main question is, different types of pests and diseases affect red lentil crops. Can you tell us how to control and prevent these pests and diseases?
Yes, Sandeep ji. If we talk about red lentil cultivation, there are two main diseases that occur in the red lentils. One is Ratua, which is called rust, and the other is Ukhta, which is called wilt. Ratua is more common in North India, in the regions closer to the Himalayas, and Ukhta, which is more common in central India in comparison to northern India. Wilt is a disease and it spreads through the soil. Wilt is a disease which spreads through the soil. To control this disease, we need to treat the soil. Here we can use a trichoderma around 5 to 10 kilograms per hectare. You can add this to 3 to 4 quintals of cow dung and apply it in the soil when you prepare the field. It is also a very good remedy for the disease. Along with this, please know that this disease spreads through soil and we need to protect the seeds from this disease. For that, farmers can use trichoderma and treat the seeds by adding 10 grams per kilogram of seeds. However, farmers can use Vitavex, which can be used 3 grams per kilograms of seeds. Now, let's talk about the Ratua disease. Ratua is also an infectious disease, but it spreads through the air. You will see that when flowers are growing or when fruits are being grown, this disease is very common. It has a yellowish powder. To control this, you can use Mancozeb, which can be applied on the basis of 2.5 milliliters per liter. So, in this way, you can control the disease. If we talk about insects, then we talk about pulses or red lentils. Then it is mainly pod borer. And apart from that, there is another disease which is called cutworm. Cutworm is active at night. It does not harm the crop during the day, but at night it cuts the crop from under the ground. To control that, you can use Prakash Prapanch. Along with that, you can add 2 milliliters per liter of chloropyrifos and spray it. Apart from that, there is another insecticide which is called Beauveria. You can mix 2.5 milliliters into 1 liter of water and apply in the soil. This is how you can control it. If we talk about pod borer, to control it, you can mix 2.5 milliliters per liter of water and add chloropyrifos in it. Apart from that, there is another insecticide which is called imidacloprid. You can mix 3 to 4 milliliters per 10 liters of water and spray it. In this way, we can save the crops from all these diseases.
Okay, now let's talk about mustard, Dr. P.C. Jatt. So when we talk about mustard, the first thing that comes to mind is that the crop yield should be good. We need a very good yield. So what are the things we need to take care of for good yield?
There are 4 to 5 things in mustard cultivation. First, you should choose a good variety. The farmer who is growing it should choose a good variety. In the variety, there are RH 725, RH 749 and RH 1424, and there is Pusa Mustard 32. There are black varieties and the yellow varieties. There is YSH 401, YSH 0502 and Pitambari. If you choose one of these varieties, it will give you a very good yield. The second thing is the time of sowing. If the farmer sows the seeds between September 25th and October 20th, this crop will be disease-free and will give good yield. The third thing is the fertilizer application of the fourth is irrigation. So if the farmers have water, they can take very good care of the crop in 2 to 3 irrigations. And if the farmers have one water supply, they can get good yield with one water supply too. The fourth thing is that you have to use irrigation system at the right time and control it. So, these are the 4 or 5 things that if the farmers take care of, they can get good yield from it.
Okay, sir, that was my question. We have Ravinder with us, who is sitting in the audience. Mr. Ravinder, welcome. Please ask your question.
Hello, Namaskar sir. I have a question for you. What kind of water should be used to take more yield for mustard cultivation?
Mr. Ravinder, generally when farmers have water for irrigation, they apply it at odd times, when it is not required. Then the mustard does not flower or branch out and a single stem of mustard grows. Here the branching will not happen, which is very important. So the first water should be given to the mustard in 40 to 45 days. When the branches begin to grow in the mustard, if water is given at that time, then the branches will grow more and there will be equal distribution of branches, due to which a single plant will be dense. So the important thing here is this, that there is no benefit in having more plants. It is very important to have more growth in one plant, and due to which more fruits will come. If more fruits come, then you will get more yield. So the first water is given in 40-45 days. If you are giving the second water in the irrigated area, then 60 to 65 days, when the fruits begin to grow. And the farmers who have water for a third irrigation apply it in 80 to 90 days. Then the seeds begin to grow in the fruits. So these 3 phases of irrigation are sufficient in the mustard. And if you do irrigation of water in this way, then your crop yield will be very good.
Thank you very much for participating in this discussion. So, I have one task for you. A big round of applause. A little louder. A little louder. We are now going for a small break. There will be more discussions in the next session. You are now watching Krishi Chaupal. I know you will stay with me. A small break.
किसान भाइयों गांठ बांध लो, गांठ बांध लो। बहुत बहुत है काम की, समृद्धि के पैगाम की। मिट्टी के मिजाज को समझो, मिट्टी के हर राज को समझो। मिट्टी की तुम जांच कराओ, मुफ्त सॉइल हेल्थ कार्ड ले जाओ। कभी मुनासिब बीज लगाओ, सही किस्म की खाद ले आओ। जितनी जरूरी उतनी डालो, सही मात्रा खुद पहचानो। इसको अपना मंत्र बना लो, मिट्टी की सेहत तो जानो। बात बहुत है काम की, कम लागत अधिक वरदान की। किसान भाइयों गांठ बांध लो।
आज ही मिट्टी की जांच कराएं, राज्य सरकार के कृषि अधिकारी से संपर्क करें और मुफ्त में सॉइल हेल्थ कार्ड पाएं। कृषि और किसान कल्याण मंत्रालय द्वारा किसान हित में जारी।
Welcome back after the break. You're watching Krishi Chaupal from Meerut today, and we have already talked about a few things which you have seen, learnt and understood, but there is still a lot to talk about. And in this session, we will try to summarize all those things. And who is joining me in this effort? Let me introduce you. Joining me is Dr. Poonam Kashyap, Chief Scientist, IIFSR. Welcome, Dr. Poonam, to our show.
Thank you.
Joining me in the discussion is Dr. Chandrabhanu, Chief Scientist, IIFSR. Welcome, Dr. Chandrabhanu. And joining me in the discussion is Dr. Mohammad Shamim, Senior Scientist, IIFSR. Welcome, sir, to the show. And let's start the discussion. Let's understand potatoes and how can we understand potatoes better in terms of production and agriculture. Dr. Poonam will explain this to us. So, Dr. Poonam, irrigation is a big game, a big mechanism in the cultivation of potatoes. Please explain this mechanism to us.
How much water should be given to potatoes and in what interval it should be given? It depends on our temperature and also on our soil. If our temperature is low, then we have to provide water to the potatoes within 6 to 8 days. But if our temperature increases, then we have to give the same water within 6 to 7 days. Always keep in mind that when we sow potatoes with the furrow method, we should sow only half of it. Do not try to fill the entire hole. By doing this, our potatoes come into the state of rotting very quickly. We also advocate the use of dripper sprinkler in potatoes because it has been found that wherever potatoes are grown using dripper sprinkler, Their productivity and quality is definitely much higher than that of our normal sprinkler.
Yes. So after my question, it is the turn of the audience. Mr. Anand is joining us from the audience. Mr. Anand, please ask a question. Welcome to Krishi Chaupal.
Namaskar. My question is to Miss Poonam. What is the importance of colorful varieties of potatoes?
If we look at it from the point of view of health, these colorful varieties are very important for our health. These colorful potatoes contain pigments called anthocyanin and keratin, which can improve our health. Keratin increases the brightness of our eyes. Anthocyanin pigments also prevent us from diseases like cancer and heart disease. Now, let's talk about the market. Colorful potatoes are in high demand in the market. Colorful potatoes are also in high demand in the international market. In comparison to normal potatoes, their market share is also very, very high. So if the farmers prefer to, they can invest in colorful potatoes. And I would also like to add that farmers can also make more money from these colorful potatoes, which are grown in various types of crops. It will be very helpful for our farmers.
So audience already clapped for you. Dr. Chandrabhanu, when we talk about Rabi, we talk about Rabi crops and we talk about wheat crops. Our biggest problem is that there are pests and they can cause damage to the crops. Sir, how can we learn the management to do this? Please share this with us.
Namaskar to my farmer friends here. You have asked a very good question. Whether it is yellow or brown Rabi, which is more common in this area, or brown Rabi is more common in central India, keep checking it from time to time. And as soon as you see the Rabi, there are 2 to 3 medicines. There is Mancozeb, which is 2.5 grams per liter of water, or there is Kavaknasi, which is 1.25 milliliters per liter of water. If you mix it and apply it once or twice, then the farmers can manage the Rabi very well. When it comes to pest control, there are no particular pests in wheat. In such areas as our farmers use urea in large quantities, they should use urea in a limited quantity. Avoid using it excessively, and as a result, aphid or chepa will automatically decrease. If the Rabi starts to bloom, then the farmers should use 2 to 3 insecticides. There is imidacloprid, which can be used 5 milliliters per tank. There is thiamethoxam and we can apply 3 grams per tank, which is 15 liters per tank. While spraying, if you are using insecticides for any crop, then you should use corn manure. Also, you should use 800 to 1000 liters of manure. Generally, our farmers spray in a limited quantity and therefore do not get the desired control. So, make sure you use the right amount of manure.
All right, sir. Sohanpal ji is joining us from the audience. Sohanpal ji, welcome to Krishi Chaupal. Please ask your question.
I have a question. I'd like to ask a question about the disease in mustard.
In northern India, there are 2 main diseases. One is white fungus and the other is Alternaria blight. Alternaria blight is less found, white fungus is more harmful. In case of mustard, there is a high incidence of chepa or mahu, which is also known as aphid. For white fungus, you can use a combination of metalaxyl and mancozeb, which should be applied as 3 grams per liter of water. If you spray once or if required twice, and as a result, you can completely control the disease. In the case of mustard crops, for chepa, there is a combination of imidacloprid, which is 17.8%, and we can apply 5 ml per 15 liter tank. There is also thiamexotham, which is to be used as 3 to 4 grams per 15 liter tanks. If you spray once or twice, you completely get rid of aphid. So, farmers, if you grow mustard for many years, you should be very careful. There is a possibility of infection. According to the advice given, you can apply it to your crops.
All right. So, Dr. Shamim, what kind of advice would you like to give to our farmers regarding the weather? Because it is a little difficult to understand the weather, but you will do the difficult task for us today.
The information about the weather becomes important because of climate change. Due to climate change, the understanding of weather is very important. If we talk about Rabi crop, we talk about terminal heat stress in the case of wheat. Terminal heat stress in the environment. If the temperature of the day is 30 degrees Celsius and the temperature of the night is more than 25 to 26 degrees Celsius, then we call this situation as terminal heat stress. The effect of terminal heat stress on the crop depends on its duration, temperature, and condition of the crop. If the condition of the crop is like grain filling stage, in the condition of filling grain or in the condition of cooking grains, if the temperature of the night is more than 25 to 26 degrees Celsius, then in this condition, the effect of terminal heat stress can be reduced by 18 to 20% in the production.
Okay.
Now, let's talk about the solution to this problem. To solve this problem, it is beneficial to grow wheat for a long period of time. If we cannot grow wheat for a long period of time, then we have to change for a short period of time. For example, DBW 17, DBW 222, HD 366, PW 621, PBW 677, etc. These solutions can be used in summer season. If the temperature of the crop increases in the last stage, then the heat sensitivity index reduces. Due to this, these solutions can be used for a long period of time.
Okay, so we'll speak to the audience. Sanjay is joining us. Sanjay ji, welcome to the show. Please ask your question.
Hello. My question is, how can I save potatoes, peas and mustard crops from rotting?
The first solution is to sow them on time. For example, if we sow the mustard crops before 20th October, then it will not rot. If the first crop is for a long period of time, then it will be late. In this condition, we can do mulching. Mulching in late sown condition that maintains the moisture of the soil and keeps the crop moist, thereby preventing heat. In early sown condition, then it will keep the humidity of the crop low.
All right, sir. So, Dr. Mohammad Arif is joining us. I will introduce you to him. He is an IISFR scientist. Sir, welcome to this show. Sir, let us first talk about green fodder. How can we enhance the quality of green fodder? Is animal husbandry also important?
Mr. Ghanshyamji, you have asked a very important question. First of all, I would like to tell you that for the production of high-quality green fodder, animal husbandry should take special care of three important things. First of all, whenever we talk about green fodder, the most important thing is its type. So, farmers should choose the type of green fodder that produces the most yield and the type of seeds. Because it is the Rabi season right now, so if we talk about Barsim, for Barsim, Bundel Barsim 2, Vardhan, BL42 etc. are high in demand. Farmers can contact any authorized institution, agricultural university or agricultural science center to avail them. The second most important thing is, by adopting a proper crop cycle, farmers can produce the most amount of green fodder. When we talk about crop cycle, the most important thing I would like to tell farmers is that they should grow 5 to 10% annual crops on their farmland, like Napier grass, Geely grass, etc. In the case of the grasses, they should do intercropping. If we talk about Kharif, then Lobia, and if we talk about Rabi season, then Barsim. They can do intercropping in these grasses. The third important thing is that green fodder should be harvested according to their availability.
All right, but doctor, sometimes we see that there is a lot of green fodder. Sometimes there isn't. So can we maintain a balance or bridge in between? Something that we can use when we are in need of?
Absolutely. For this, there are two main methods of harvesting green fodder.
Yes.
The first method is to make hay, and the second method is to make silage. The meaning of hay is that whenever we cut a crop, before it is fully ripe, we cut it, dry it, and at water constant of 15 to 20%, we store them. The second method I am talking about is silage. When green fodder is just left on its own, some bacteria naturally grow on it. They produce lactic acid in it, which reduces the pH of the crop. And this protected green fodder is called silage. To make silage, corn is the most suitable crop.
Okay, a farmer is joining us, Sanjay ji, from the audience. Sanjay ji, please ask a question to sir.
Yes, sir. Sugarcane is a major crop in our country. But along with that, we are also interested in animal husbandry. However, the biggest problem in animal husbandry is that we do not get enough green fodder throughout the year. So which crop is that crop we can grow to get green fodder throughout the year?
Yes, for farmers to get green fodder throughout the year, it is necessary that a successful scientific crop cycle is adopted by the farmers, under which the selection of different crops such that as soon as we stop getting green fodder from one crop, green fodder can be available from the other crop. For example, if we talk about this region of North India, you can harvest the crops of Makka, Jowar, Bajra Lobia from the month of March, as long as they are available. When you harvest them in the month of March, you start getting green fodder from the month of May. Now when the season of Kharif comes, you can harvest these crops again and you can get green fodder from then till October to November. In the month of October-November, when the season of Rabi starts, we can harvest the crops of Jowar, Jai, Barsim and Rizga. And these crops will keep giving us green fodder from December till April.
Pradeep Kumar is with us. Pradeep ji, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Sir, please ask a question. Quickly, sir.
The biggest problem in sugarcane cultivation is pokka boing, and red blood cell disease is at its peak right now. So please tell our farmers about this.
The first thing to keep
Yes.
in mind is that the farmers need to apply timely nutrient application for the crops. This will not only reduce the number of pests and insects, but also reduce the number of diseases. We need to take balanced nutrition application. We also need to take care of the urea use, which is recommended to be between 250 to 300 kg per hectare. However, sometimes farmers apply twice the required amount. We
Okay.
need to use this in an adequate amount. Secondly,
Yes.
selecting the right variety. Today, there are 118 varieties of wheat. 13235, 15023, 14201. These are all pests and pests against red blood cells. So farmers, the 238 varieties that you are planting, replace them as soon as possible. The varieties mentioned at the
Yes.
back, which are pests against red blood cells, replace them as soon as possible on your farms. Secondly, there is pokka boing disease. Because you have planted 238 varieties in the entire area, there will be pests and diseases like pokka boing disease. So when you replace this variety with a resistant variety, its effect will be reduced.
Thank you very much. And thank you very much for taking the time to participate in Krishi Chaupal. So this journey of Krishi Chaupal, which started from Delhi, reached Haryana, and today we are in Uttar Pradesh, exactly in West Uttar Pradesh. I promised you on the first day that I would take you from one corner of the country to the other. And please continue to support us with the same enthusiasm. As I always say, DD Kisan will continue to stand by you and be your voice. So you were watching this joint presentation of DD Kisan and the Ministry of Agriculture. So we are preparing to conclude this and we will meet you in another location with a new episode. I'm sure that you will continue to be with us. I look forward to your comments and your reactions, and please share this program as much as possible because this is about the farmers of the country, this is about the dreams of our Prime Minister, this is about you, and this is about us. And in the end, this is all about your applause. Namaskar.